Hi, welcome back to another You Can Do It episode. I'm Annie, and for today's adventure, we're going to be tiling this bathroom floor. So come along with me and let's get to it. The first thing that you're going to want to do is decide where your focal point for the tile is going to be. And in this case, it is the door. We're entering from that door, so I measured the width of that door, split that in half, and then snapped a chalk line right down the middle of that floor. And the door is the center of the focal point coming in from our bedroom. What I'm doing right here is I'm dry fitting those pieces just to make sure that I have a zero transition between my hardwood floor and my tile. If I was too low, I'd build up a little bit of extra mortar underneath there to make up for the difference. I don't use any transition moldings when I go from one surface to the other. I like a flawless transition, so I accommodate to make sure that that happens. And as you see, I'm using the Maypay Type 1 mortar. It's excellent grab. As I lay those tiles down, I give it a nice little push and a twist just to make sure that they are nice and solid and in place. And then I go through and I place 1/8 inch spacers in between. This is a little trick I do. I sweep up all the spacers once the tiles have been set into place and they're not moving. I sweep them into one pile so that I can just easily reuse them for the remainder. And if you've noticed, I haven't made one single cut yet. I like to always make all my full pieces and then make my cuts at the very end. If you saw with that measuring tape, what I did was I looked at the measurement of my spacers to ensure that they were in fact 1/8 inch in width. And then I measured from the wall out so I see what the total measurement is of that space. I'm subtracting 1/8 of an inch off of that, and I'm making my marks at the very back of the tile because that is the back side of the tile that is going to be cut off. I also made sure that my tile was, my pattern was perfectly matched up before I made my marks. And then I just use another tile and I square it up as a perfect straight line for my tile. If you saw, I put a number 1 on the floor and a number 1 on the back of the tile. And I again grab my next piece, do the same pattern for it. I mark it as a number 2, and I'll mark the back of that tile as well so that I can come out to my tile saw and make multiple cuts at one time without having to go back and forth several times per piece. That tile saw has done me good for about 15 years. I absolutely love it. And that's a diamond blade on there. And as you see, I save every single piece of my tile until my project is completely finished, because you never know when you're going to need those extra little pieces for those edges. And these are all additional extra pieces of tile that I am now just marking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 so that I can go out to my tile saw and make 6 cuts without having to come back and forth. I also numbered the floor and I put measurements on a piece of paper for each one of those. Chris is finishing off the tough part, and that is cutting out around the floor register. He's using his Milwaukee blade with a diamond blade on it to make precision cuts. Yes, I could have used my tile saw, but this is much more accurate and much quicker. And then he is just dry fitting those 2 pieces into place just to ensure that they are accurate before I go ahead and mortar them into place. And that is a perfect, flawless register cutout done by the Milwaukee blade with a diamond bit. And of course, here is our finished floor. ready for that vanity and toilet. Join us for the next episode as we continue on with this master bath remodel. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit that bell.